For me, I do not understand where this has come from and why it's been hyped so much. It's just a normal reaction from a goalkeeper who's having a go at his defenders for not clearing the ball and not playing well enough. That's all. Why would this become an issue? I have no idea. Whether it was just Harry Maguire, whether it was Onana and he's a new keeper and they didn't expect him to do that, but I really liked seeing that. I really liked the fact that he was bossing his defenders around and making sure that they did what they were meant to do. He needs to be playing that role. That is what a keeper does. The best keepers in the world have always been good at telling their defenders, welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you are all having a good day, a good week, and a special mention to all those people who have subscribed to the channel. You have joined a great community and we want you to feel part of the channel and its success going forward. So thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and go and check out our content. This channel is a Man United fan channel, but if you're not a fan of Man United, you're still welcome to subscribe and take part in our community. It's all about loving football and enjoying football on this channel. Let's kickstart today's show with the news that we have Rasmus Hojlund, the 20-year-old striker Man United have signed from Atalanta, who's reported to be arriving in Manchester, UK for his medical this morning. The medical should be happening at Carrington training ground where Manchester United train today, so let's hope to see some footage of that very soon. I hope the medical goes absolutely fine for Rasmus Hojlund and then they can announce him as a full-on Manchester United player with his shirt in hand and Ten Hag and everybody. It is exciting times. I am so buzzing over this signing because having watched some more analysis videos on Hojlund, I'm looking forward to seeing him in a Man United shirt. I must admit, I get excited about all the new signings at Man United, no matter who it is. Firstly, because every new signing offers Man United options, and secondly, every new signing could make the team play really good and it improved them massively. And I believe Hojlund has the right skill set to do really well at United and in the Premier League. He is really, really good. I think he's been underestimated by a lot of people. There's been lots of negative press from non-Man United media and some from Man United media, but I have belief in this youngster. I feel you cannot write him off. Becoming a top class player in football these days is not easy, and you will have ups and downs in your career or life. What we as supporters can do is help each Man United player reach their best and support them through the good and bad times. Even those players that are leaving Manchester United or have no place in Ten Hag's long-term plans, we should thank them for their services to Manchester United. The negativity surrounding Hojlund's signing has also brought into question Ten Hag's management and how he's picking these players out. These negative reports are now picking on Ten Hag and whether he's made the right choices, questioning whether Ten Hag is buying in the right players and signing the right players. But look, I've got a simple answer for you. Yes, he is signing the right players. Why? Because Ten Hag's signings have all been successful. We questioned Martinez. Remember? Everyone was questioning Martinez. Oh my God, he's a short centre-back. He's not going to be good enough. He's not going to be good enough. 6 months into playing for Manchester United, everyone was having to eat their words. Ten Hag got it right. He signed Malacia. Malacia has been a really good player, and I think going forward he's going to be one of our starting 11s. He is very, very good. I think he's just going to settle in further and he's going to become a better player for Man United. Who else did he sign? He signed Eriksen. Eriksen's been really good for Man United last season. He was really, really good. He signed Casemiro. Casemiro's been wonderful for Man United. He signed Antony. Antony has a lot more to do and a lot more to prove, but I still think he can come good and he'll become a top player for Man United, and Hojlund will be the same. Erik Ten Hag knows what he's signing and why he's signing, and we have to believe in the manager and believe whatever he's doing is good for Manchester United. We fans all have our personal opinions on certain players and might dislike some of them for whatever reason and might like some of them for whatever reason. But I feel we still have to thank each and every one of them who's played for Man United, whether they're staying or whether they're leaving. It's no secret that I'm not a big fan of Harry Maguire, but I really mean this when I say if he leaves Man United, I really wish him the best of luck and hope that he does really well. It's never been personal. I just look look at him as a centre-back playing for Manchester United and feel he doesn't fit well within the team and feel it's too much pressure for him. Maybe he feels the same. Maybe he feels that he's being too closely watched, and because of that he gets really nervous when he's playing. Talking about Harry Maguire, the whole mainstream media in the UK has gone to town on the way in which Andre Onana, the new Manchester United goalkeeper, spoke to Maguire on the pitch whilst they were playing Dortmund the other night in the pre-season friendly. For me, I do not understand where this has come from and why it's been hyped so much. It's just a normal reaction from a goalkeeper who's having a go at his defenders for not clearing the ball and not playing well enough. That's all. Why would this become an issue? I have no idea. Whether it was just Harry Maguire, whether it was Onana and he's a new keeper and they didn't expect him to do that. But I really liked seeing that. I really liked the fact that he was bossing his defenders around and making sure that they did what they were meant to do. He needs to be playing that role. That is what a keeper does. The best keepers in the world have always been good at telling their defenders what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. If they get things right, they should be given support, and if they're making mistakes, they should be told where they're going wrong. It's exactly what's expected of a goalkeeper, so I do not understand where this negativity about Onana being really harsh on Maguire has come from. I really don't get that. The likes of Peter Schmeichel, if you ever saw him, you'd understand that that is what a keeper does. He used to shout and shout at all through the game at the defenders, and I think that's a mark of a very good goalkeeper. In fact, Onana came out post-match and discussed this with the press and said how he gets on with Harry Maguire and how he respects Harry Maguire, and him shouting at Harry Maguire meant nothing. I don't even think Harry Maguire took it personally either. If you watch his reaction to the shouting of Onana, he's not doing anything. He just accepts what he's been told and moves along. It's just the mainstream media trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. There's nothing there, and they've turned it into a complete media storm on how embarrassing it was for Harry Maguire being shouted at by Onana, and it shouldn't happen, and Onana shouldn't be doing that. That is absolutely ridiculous, and we cannot start micro-analysing these players. This is the problem. In today's football, we micro-analyse every single thing. Why can't we not just watch the game as fans and see who's doing well and why? Players shouting at each other on the football pitch is nothing new. It happens every single day. Even as non-professional footballers, if you're playing, you're always shouting at your teammates. You're shouting them to pass the ball. You're shouting if they don't pass the ball. You're shouting at them if they make a mistake. That is absolutely natural. That is football. What are we trying to ask of these players? I think Onana needs to be protected because the first 2 games that he's played, he's been micro-analysed. I think Onana needs to be left alone to play his own game. Ten Hag has faith in him, and I do too. So the pre-season in the US is over. The team has arrived back in the UK and now training in Carrington in Manchester, and Manchester United will be involved in another friendly on Saturday afternoon against the French team Lens, and we'll get to see some more formations, some more players that Ten Hag is closely looking at and testing out. Palestri seems like a really good player to me, and he's had a good pre-season. I hope he can continue that form into the season, and I hope he gets some playing time. In other news coming out of Manchester United, we are still waiting to hear of any further advancements on the Sofyan Amrabat deal. We heard from some sources yesterday that the negotiations are still ongoing between the clubs and that they will try and get him in before the start of the season. I must admit, I would like him in well before the start of the season. I was hoping that they'd close the deal by the end of this week. I'm not sure why there's a delay in signing him, but let's hope that it's nothing too serious and we get this deal signed, sealed and delivered before anyone else tries to hijack the deal from any other club. I also heard rumours that United are looking at another CDM and might be considering hijacking the Liverpool target Lavia from Southampton. Now, I have had no one confirm that this is true, and therefore I cannot go into this and report it because I'm not sure if this is true. It could be total fake news, so let me go and find out more about this before I actually make a comment on this. Finally, there's been lots of noises coming out about the Glazers selling up, about the Glazers coming out and making an announcement, but we also had breaking news that Manchester United had agreed a record 900 million sponsorship deal with Adidas, the highest any club in the world has received in sponsorship in football. and that is absolutely amazing. Great news for Manchester United, but also bad news if you want the Glazers out, because if the Glazers are looking at this, they're thinking, wow, 900 million just from one sponsorship deal. And this is what they see when they see Manchester United. They see the numbers, they see the figures, they see the money coming in commercial contracts, and this is why the Glazers do not want to leave. The Glazers see the money rolling in terms of commercial contracts that Manchester United can go out there and get. It is a huge, huge club. Manchester United is one of the biggest clubs in the world, and this is the reason why. It's the biggest club in the world because it can go out there and make commercial deals like this, like no other club can do. It is because of the fan base, and that is what we must all remember. The fans make Manchester United what it is. We have billions of fans across the world all supporting Manchester United, and that is what makes it special. This is why we're a club of this stature. We are a giant of a club. We are a huge club. And the Glazers know this. The Glazers are fully aware that we are a massive club, and going forward, we will just keep on growing. Any other club that hasn't been winning, hasn't been doing well for this long, would have ended up in the dumps. But Manchester United is not one of those clubs. Despite its terrible record in the recent years of winning trophies and doing well and not even qualifying for the Champions League in some seasons, it's still doing well financially. It's still been smashing it. And this is all down to the heritage. This is all down to the fan base. The Glazers have not put a single penny into restoring Manchester United facilities, have not put a single penny of their own into putting Manchester United back where it needed to be. We have only spent £150 million this summer transfer window. There's teams out there, there's clubs out there that are spending that kind of money on a single player. That is why we must all remember that the Glazers are not putting money into the club and are not making things easy for us. They must sell the club. The Glazers must realise that the writing is on the wall. The fans want them out. I mean, the feedback that I'm getting in the comments that you leave on the videos is all about wanting the Glazers out. By the way, don't forget to leave your comments below on this video. Let me know what you think of everything. We love hearing from you. We love hearing from the fans and what they think about Manchester United and what's going on, the latest transfer news, the latest takeover news. Let us know your comments below. It's lovely to hear from you all. So coming back to the takeover sale of Manchester United, we are still waiting to hear from the Glazers as to what their plans are for the club. Some people are now saying that they are going to come out and make an announcement that they will be selling Manchester United. And if that is the case, I will be the first one to be partying, because that is the news that everyone wants to hear. We want the Glazers out. We want someone to come in who can put some real investment into the club and fix things up. I will bring you further news on the takeover and any breaking transfer news as soon as I get it. You were watching the Man United stream, a channel by the fans for the fans. Hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss a beat on all the breaking Manchester United news. Goodbye.